How's it going, everybody? It is your boy, the one and only Chaos Gamer, and we are here with more My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. And today, we're going to be going over the data download that has happened when the anniversary was starting as of yesterday. The reason why I'm going over it today instead of yesterday, one, I always got to say it, I'm busy. I got another life I got to do besides YouTube. And another thing as well, what better time than now after experiencing with the units and, you know, all that other good stuff. So now that we know what they actually do, we can just look at the data download. And I also didn't go over the support memory. That's another thing as well. So we're going to go over the support memories as well. And another thing, I didn't go over the Lemillion as well. So we got to go over the Lemillion to see what he's able to do. So with that, let's not waste any more time. Let's build this shit right up. And ladies and gentlemen, let us get started with today's video. So as you guys know, the first new thing that they added into the game is that now we have the memory limit break 5-star icon. If you guys didn't know, before we had it up to 4 stars. Like any support memory, even an R or N, it always went up to 4 stars. So the fact that we have a new limit break now, it makes it where it changes everything, because you're gonna get new skills, you're gonna get new percentages. It's just a bunch of stuff with this new memory skill that, I mean, some people already have their memory skills maxed out, so we have to see. Another thing as well is that how is this going to work forward with old memories that we have that are free to play, because we're going to need those old memories to come back if we want to max limit break them to their new potential, which is going to be a 5-star. Actually, I need to save that later so we can see. Okay, new app icon. We already know this with the Midoriya. Now, we did get 3 new buff icons. Now, 2 of these, we already know what they are. This one being Persistence. This one being Overwhelmed. And this one, we don't know as of yet. We have to wait and see. So we might get another character with a new skill. We'll have to wait, because in 2 weeks, we don't know whether if this anniversary is going to be getting a part 2, or if that's it, the anniversary is done, and we just have to wait until that icon gets another buff on another character. So hopefully this new buff could be very good, because mind you, the first anniversary units, they hold a new standard that is absolutely insane with survivability, with damage, anything. They just hold a new standard, a new meta for this game. So this new icon better keep up with what these 2 are actually doing. So another thing we have is the new characters. You guys already know what's up, but I'm going to show them again because I know you guys love to see how these characters look, especially on my TikTok. A lot of people are liking how these new characters look, and they don't even play the game like that. So we got the Midoriya right here. We got the Go Bakugo right here. Absolutely stunning. The Lemillion, who is a random character. A lot of people are saying it. Why the hell is Lemillion on this banner of free-to-play? I mean, because if you guys don't know what the story event is, a free-to-play banner. Yeah, that's what I mean by that. But, it's just crazy. Again, like, why didn't they add another fantasy character? It just doesn't make any sense, unless if they're keeping up with the fantasy world and they're going to add new characters to it, then by all means, then, you know, with the new character, add a free-to-play character as well, because we want some free-to-play characters. Then we got the new banners on the version. Yeah, we know all the stuff. We know that the orbs, the UR orbs, are introduced into the game now. Mind you, guys, I'm going to say right now, you do not need to waste your money on this at all, because with the 3 times rate, that shit is like one of the greatest shits that has ever been added to the game. Not the characters, not the new update, not the thing with the hero base. The greatest thing that has been added to this game since its release, yes, since its release, is the 3 times rate on story mode, because I was able to almost max out Bakugo on the ability piece in under 30 minutes. In under 30 minutes, I was almost done with this Bakugo. So it should take you more than 2 days or a day and a half if you waste gems a lot on maxing out your character. You should be able to be done with him with no time at all. So this is a waste of money. You shouldn't even buy this at all, and just grind out the story mode, and eventually you are going to get these characters maxed out. Now we have the new banners right here. We got the celebration packs. We all know this stuff. The new support memory, which we are going to go over in a little bit. Then we have this DST type select recruit banner that is going to be coming out on June 9th up to June 17th. So something tells me that after the Bakugo and Midoriya, the 1.5 times rate banner leaves, I think it leaves on the 10th, we're going to be getting something either new, or they're just going to release banners like this all over again. Hopefully, you know, I do want to summon on this, because I do want purple Bakugo. I want all the Bakugos in my game. Like, that's the mission that's been going on, but now it just makes me want to strive for them even more, because this Bakugo is still good, guys. He's still good, because the fact that his AoE lowers defense, imagine what Bakugo is able to accomplish with that on. It's GG's. The whole lineup is dead. That's it. Unless the enemy can get debuffed, it's GG's. These 2 are going to be a dynamic duo. Anybody that has both of them, let me know in the comments, have you been one-shotting bosses or Ultra Arena? Because, again, these two are going to be a dynamic duo together, even though they are the same character. Now, another thing that we have is the anniversary login bonus, which every day we are getting 5 tickets until the last day, which is going to be 10 tickets. So overall, just by logging in, you're able to get 10, 20, 30, 40 tickets just by logging in. And if you are doing the missions, you are getting tickets as well for doing that. Another thing is with another anniversary, but this time, this is different because this is a welcome back login bonus. So if you're wondering why you haven't seen this one, this is for people that have been away from the game for a very long time. And if they're coming back into the game, they're giving them tickets to summon. And with the total, out of all 7 days, you're able to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15, 20. You're able to get 20 tickets just by the welcome back login bonus. Now, I want to know, with the welcome back login bonus and with the login bonus as well, if somebody would please tell me in the comment section once the 7 days are up, how many tickets were you able to grind up with both of them combined? We are on like day 2 now, day 3. I don't remember. Now, we have another welcome back login bonus where if you log in for 7 days again, you get 100 hero gems, 300 stamina, 200 hero gems. The level up stuff is really whatever. 200 hero gems, and then a limit breaker SR ×1. So the amount of gems that you are going to be getting out of this login bonus is 500. So you're going to have enough to do a multi once you're able to log in for 7 days straight. But what about the new players? There's no new player login bonus. What the hell is that? Come on, guys. You got to give the new players at least something. Because when a new player comes into the game, they want to have gems to summon right away. They don't want to be grinding for too much unless they have the new characters. So they got to do that. Okay, so next we have here, shout out to the boy Hydros with the new characters. I actually want to go over the Lemillion real quick. So we're going to go to the website real fast and go over the Lemillion and see what he is able to do. So his plus ultra skill, which is the Phantom Smash, it deals 450% damage to a single opponent. Low chance of confusing the opponent for 2 turns. Skill impact is increased by 40% if character has the ability to evade. And there is a higher chance plus 20% of confusing the opponent. Okay, so this is worded weird, but it makes sense. So the fact that he is getting the confuse on the opponent, mind you, it is a single target, but it's whatever, you know. That's good, you know, to confuse the opponent because then they're going to be hitting themselves or they're going to be hitting their allies. The increase in skill impact as well, but is that if he has a chance to evade. If he doesn't have evade on his action skills, then that's actually not that good because if it's locked behind the auto skill and if it's also locked behind the HP threshold, that's going to make it more harder to see the second effect activate more than you want it to. So let's go over his action skill before we give the final verdict. So his action skill, which is the Banishing Blow. I think it's Vanishing Blow, but I don't know. It deals 250% damage to a single opponent. Decreases a single opponent's critical hit rate by 40% for 3 turns. Character skill impact is decreased by 30% when character has the ability to evade. And the cooldown is for 3 turns. So this Lemillion right here, I'm not gonna lie, if you don't have Yellow Aizawa, he is a great, I mean, because Yellow Aizawa would die to Bakugo. I was gonna say, like, you could kind of stop Bakugo with this effect because he's always gonna be doing critical hit rate, but if you could lower the chances of him critting, I mean, but mind you, he doesn't need the crit, he gets raw power as well. It's just a chance, alright? It's a chance that he has to stop Bakugo from critting, and that's not bad at all, right? Or any character that's critting, it's not bad because there's also support memories that do give you the chance to crit as well, like the free-to-play one that you get at the US demo. So it's not bad. It's a good first action skill. But again, I don't like the fact that the skill impact by 30% is locked behind the evade that so far we are not seeing in his kit. So let's take a look at the second auto skill. So the second action skill is the Phantom Counter. It gives the character ability to nullify normal attacks and ability to counter for 2 turns. Also increases character's critical hit rate by 30% for 3 turns. And the cooldown is for 6 turns. So this character has the ability to nullify normal attacks and ability to counter for 2 turns. That's crazy. So if this guy is able to do what Kirishima does, and you basically draw the attacks towards him with cover, that's going to be a good effect. And then mind you, he's stopping normal attacks? What? So you're going to use this as soon as they're done doing their action skills, activate this, and then bam, they're stuck. They can't do anything. They're just sitting ducks on the field, and then GG's. But is it all opponents, or is it just one opponent? Because if it's all opponents, that's broken right there. But if it's just one opponent, that's whatever. 6 turns I'm not a huge fan of, but the fact that he's also increasing critical hit rate by 30% for 3 turns, That's good right there, because he's going to be going over damage reduction and he's going to be hitting like a truck. Mind you, it's not the critical hit rate that we have with Bakugo, but it's alright. At least he has it in his kit. And he has it for a little bit as well. Now let's take a look at his first auto skill, which is the Phantom Counter. Gives character the ability to evade one time for every 3 critical hits. Also increases character's plus ultra gauge by 25% for every 3 non-critical hits they receive. Okay, so mind you, if he goes up against the Bakugo, that is likely not going to happen. So you have to pick your battles wisely, guys, because I mean, you don't really need it, but it's good to have the plus ultra gauge boost by 25%. But mind you, again, everybody's gonna run Bakugo, so it's like, how the hell are you gonna go over this? And that new support memory as well, so it's like, how the hell? So that's good that he gives him every time he does a critical hit. So you want to make sure you're maxing on his crit, because we need the evade for him to do even more damage on his action skills, because he gets 30% when he has it, and then also he has 40% on his plus ultra when there's evade as well, and then he gives a 20% chance of confusing the opponent. So instead of 20% of confusing, it goes all the way up to 40%. So you have a higher chance at confusing the opponent as well. And then with the second auto skill, which is just like the Sun, increases critical hit rate of all ally the big 3 characters by 20%. So that must include himself, because they would have been specific if they said not, excluding self. So the fact that he has 20% right here, and then on his action skill he has 30% right here, he's going to have a 50% chance to crit. And then again, you put the USJ support memory that has the Bakugo and Midoriya fighting for Season 3. That is an extra like 15%, so he's going to have like 60-something% chance to crit. So you're going to usually see this first auto skill a lot because of the amount of chances you're able to crit. When I showcase him, I'll show you guys what I mean by that, because right now I don't have a maxed out, but I am trying to get him maxed out as fast as I can so that we can do that showcase video for him. But if I'm thinking the way that his kit works, we should be seeing that a lot. So that's the Lemillion right there. Next, we have the new login screen. I actually like how the login screen looks, but mind you, I feel like it's too wide. Like, you have too much background space right there. So if they could have zoomed it in, that would have been better. Like, look, if we put it like this, even though there's some characters cropped out, it would have looked a little bit nicer. But it's fine how it is, just outside. Next, when you log into the game of gifts, you get 300 stamina and 500 gems on the 1st of June. And then the 300 stamina you get we got on the 27th. So as soon as you log into the game, you got 300 stamina, which is a blessing with the 3x rate item drops for the story mode. So on the first 2, we're getting 500 gems. Mind you, right now, I almost have my gems back from summoning on my summoning videos. So if I get even more gems, that's going to be crazy, guys. So I can't wait for part 2 to come out. Next, we have the new UR memory. Then we have the other new UR memory that's on the banner and the new SR memory. Then we have the free-to-play support memory that is on the banners as well. I have to go over all of these because I didn't go over all of these in my initial video. So we're going to go into the website once again and go over the support memories and see what they're able to do. So, okay, so we have the first anniversary smash. And as Hydro says, I'm going to quote what he says, this is manga art. This isn't art from this game. You can tell the difference between the art of this game and the art of a manga style. So the fact that they added a different art, it actually looks beautiful. And mind you, this is on a free-to-play, the free-to-play tickets, the purple ones that you're able to get by grinding. Actually, not purple, pink. They're pink tickets. So when you grind out the pink tickets and you summon a lot, once you have the amount of tickets, you're able to get this support memory for free. So the fact that we're able to get this for free, it's amazing. But let's see what it's able to do. Oh, he added the new stuff. So now we can actually limit break it and see its effects at max power. So let's look at it at first power. So if there are any yellow type characters on the team, increases character plus ultra gauge by 40% when the battle starts. Increases character plus ultra movement skill impact by 30% if there are any purple characters on the team. Also cancels 2 of their status ailments for every 3 attack character receives up to 3 times. Okay, so the first one. If there are any yellow type characters on the team, increases plus ultra gauge by 40%. That's insane. So a whole yellow team is going to have a lot, or no, not a whole yellow team, because I would have specified. I would have said all allies. So when you have a yellow type character on the team, already you're getting plus ultra gauge by 40%. That's amazing right there. Like, imagine this paired with purple Bakugo, for example. He's already going to have his plus ultra gauge filled by the next turn for free. Even though he already does, but this will make it even faster. And then when the battle starts, we got to specify that this is going to be only when the battle starts. And then increases plus ultra move skill impact damage by 30% if there are any purple type characters on the team. So if you're pairing Bakugo with a yellow type character, and then you got like let's say, for example, the new Midoriya on the team as well. This is going to be insane. And this, I don't think is restricted as well. So I think this is a permanent buff for plus ultra move skill impact damage. So Bakugo is going to be hitting 99999 damage. That's it. Like 999 damage with crit. That's what this support memory is basically doing for him. And then the last part, which is kind of confusing, but I think I understand what it means. Also cancels 2 of character status ailments for every 3 attacks character receives up to 3 times. So every time that you do have a status ailment, when you get hit 3 times, I'm assuming with the character that has the support memory, it's not any character, it has to be the character specifically with the support memory, you are able to get rid of 2 status ailments that is on your character. So let's say you have burn and bleed. Once you get 3 attacks, those effects are gone. So this support memory could be good for the new Dabi stage, because that new Dabi stage, he's always burning. So if you have a character that you know that is going to get hit a lot, or a character that you're going to force to get hit a lot like Kirishima, this will be a perfect support memory for them, because they could use it to get rid of the debuffs that they have. They can still keep defending themselves, and then you have the other 2 units that are yellow and purple that are going to pop off like crazy. Like Bakugo and like one of the best yellow characters in the game. I don't know, even though that Dabi is blue. I don't know. But the art right here, absolutely stunning. Looks amazing with the All Might and Midoriya in the back. Hopefully we get the Fantasy All Might, man. Like, he has his own custom thing as well. That'll be beautiful to see. Next, we're going to go over the friendly reinforcement. This is the one that a lot of people are getting. I did say this in my summoning video that a lot of people are going to see the support memory a lot. You know why? Because it's that 1%. 1% compared to 0.5% makes a humongous difference. As you see in Hydros' video, as you see anybody summoning on these banners, you will see the support memory way more than the characters, and I bet my life on that. And anybody will tell you I'm right because of that. Now, let's take a look at what is done. Oh wait, I forgot to show the All Might support memory at max power. Hold on. First anniversary smash. Sorry, because now we have this new thing here. So at max is gonna be 60%. Insane, 60%. And then the plus ultra, it doesn't change. But you're basically going to get a plus ultra on the next turn with any character for free. For free, you're going to get a plus ultra on the next turn. So they're keeping up with what Bakugo is able to do. But that's when the battle starts. As soon as like the battle starts and it's over, that effect is not going to last anymore. If it did, that would be absolutely broken. So now let's go into the friendly reinforcements one and see what it's able to do at 1 star. And then we'll see what it's able to do at max. So increases character skill impact by 30% when equipped by a UA high class 1A character. I wonder if the fantasy units do count as that. I wish I could check their tags, but I can't because I'm about to switch tab between the two. This video is already going on long enough. Increases character's power by 5% for 3 turns when used in a successful executed skill chain. Increases character's defense by 10% for 3 turns when used in a second or later successful executed skill chain. And then increases character's plus ultra move skill impact by 10% for 3 turns when used in a 3rd skill chain successfully. So when you're using a character that has a support memory, you have to make sure that their skills are always going last if you want to use them at their max potential. If you really don't care about that, then you could just use it however you want. But the first effect is already good, 30%. Amazing right there. You can put on any character and they're going to do a lot of damage, especially an AoE character. But the other effects that you have after, they are good as well. Even though they're not a lot of buffs, there are still multiple buffs that you're getting. And multiple buffs that you're getting on a character is good, especially if it stacks with their own buffs as well. So let's say, for example, Bakugo, that he's getting 5%. I'm sorry I'm using Bakugo a lot, but, you know, I'm going to use Bakugo a lot as an example. So he gets 5% of power, let's say, on his kit. With this, it's going to go up to 10%. Let's say he gets defense by, let's say, 10%. This is going to go up to 20%. And then with this plus Ultra Move skill impact by 10%, mind you, no, because there is another support memory, but I thought he had in his kit. Mind you, he's already increasing his power, so the fact that he's getting even more power, specifically on his plus Ultra Move skill impact, again, it's not a lot, but still, it gives you more damage, and that's good right there. The support memory is good, especially, mind you guys, the support memory is only at 1 star, so if we max it out, look at the difference. 15% when it's maxed out, 10% again, but that's only for when the defense. I wish it went up to 20%, but that's whatever. And then 20% on the plus Ultra Move skill impact. So when it's maxed out, it's gonna be even doing more damage. But with 4 stars, does the number stay the same? No, the numbers don't stay the same. This actually goes up to 50%. Okay, so yeah, this support memory is good. it gives you a little bit of buff for everything that you need. So, you know, you gotta take it where you gotta take it. Now, let's look at the SR support memory, which is the Expanding Imagination. Okay, so at 1 star, it increases character's power by 10% when equipped by UA High Class 1A character. Increases character's power by 10% when character has the ability to use 2 normal attacks. Increases character's critical hit rate by 15% when character is camouflaged. And also increases character's skill impact by 20% when character counters. Okay, so just by looking at this, I can see that the support memory works around the Froppy, the blue UR Froppy that has been out. This works around her and the Lemillion, because the Lemillion has the ability to counter as well. I don't know if this counter effect actually goes with other characters, because because like Kirishima, because if it's the same thing that he has, then you know, or Raka as well, because Raka has the counter. Okay, so it works around the camouflage, but it also works around the counters as well. But I wish they changed the character skill impact damage by 20%. I would have much took critical hit rate, because with those characters, you want to crit on their counters. Okay, so let's imagine Dokkan Battle. Vegito's, what are they known for? Countering. And with their counters, you want to crit on them so you can do a lot of damage. So that's what you want to do here with the counters. You want to put it in crit so you're able to crit more, because with counter units, they only have 1 skill impact. So it really not going to make a difference with how much damage they're doing. So I would have preferred critical hit rate, but this is fine as well because the increase in power. And then if we max it out, the power goes even stronger. It goes by 25%. Then you got the 15% increase in power when the character has the ability to do 2 normal attacks. So you want to use a character that's like Ira, or a character that's like Hawks, the Green Hawks, because they are able to give you the ability to do 2 normal attacks. But I would prefer using the Hawks better, because I know a lot of people have it as well. And mind you, it's more frequent with Hawks than I think it is with Ida. I think. I don't really remember at the top of my head. And then 35% on skill impact. Again, I wish it was critical hit rate, but it's fine that it's skill impact, because at the end of the day, it's whatever. Okay, now we're going to go over the next support memory, which is the Waiting for Lunch. This is the free-to-play support memory that is on the free-to-play banner that is out right now with the Lemillion. This is the last thing we're going to go over in terms of support memories, and then after that, we're going to go over the new effects, and then we're going to end off the video right here. I know this video's been long, and it's been me talking, but, you know, I had to do this data download video because there's a bunch of new stuff, and another thing as well, I didn't go over the support memories, so that's my fault as well. So, regenerates characters' HP by 10% for 3 turns when a wave starts. I still don't know what it means by wave starts. Medium chance 50%. Okay, no, I know what it means now. So every time that you finish a wave, you go to the next wave, and then it restarts the effects again. Okay, no, now I know what it means. I'm such an idiot, I swear. Like, what was I thinking? Medium chance 50% of canceling one of the character's stat ailments for every 3 critical hits. Okay. So with Bakugo, this is going to work like superiorly well. With Lemillion, this is going to work well as well, because Lemillion is going to have a high chance to crit. But it's whatever, to be honest, because let's actually see the max HP rate that we're getting for this. 20%. And then canceling one of the character's stat ailments for every... If it was 2, okay, sure. That makes it even more crazy. But if it's only 1, it's really whatever at the end of the day. So, I don't know. This support memory is kind of quirky to me. We have to wait and see once I use it how it actually works. But I don't know. The support memory is not that good compared to what the other ones are providing for us. And let's go over the last 2 things, and then we end out the video, which is the persistence skill and the overwhelm skill. So with the persistence skill, it allows characters to keep fighting with 1 HP after getting knocked out. Character gets knocked out at the end of the effect when when attacking. Character adds 50% of the HP lost to attack damage. So this is what the new Midoriya has. This is what makes the new Midoriya crazy, because he has this for 3 turns, and he's able to stay and fight even longer. And then with the buff that he's getting as everyone is dead, it just makes his character absolutely insane with the damage that he's doing. Mind you, I do want to say this in this video. I apologize for saying that Deku is bad. Deku is not bad, because with 2 characters dead, he's going to be doing insane amount of damage already. He doesn't need the whole team to be dead to be doing a lot of damage. He is going to be doing a lot of damage even if 2 characters are dead. So that's alright with me. 2 characters have to die to make him strong. That's okay. That usually happens in a lot of content, especially difficult content. But I just didn't like the fact that, you know, all the characters had to die for him to be insane. Mind you as well, even if they hit this Midoriya, they can't kill him for 3 turns. And then if you have an HP buffer as well, you're able to restore his health. But mind you, it says that character gets knocked out at the end of the effect. So in 3 turns, if you don't finish your opponent off, they are going to kill you. But with the Midoriya, again, with all the buff that he's getting, that should not be a problem at all, because he's able to wrap shit up fast as hell if he is one of the last characters standing or one of 2 characters are dead. Now, we have the Overwhelm Effect, which is something new that Bakugo has, which increases damage to an opponent by a set amount of how many more temporary buff character has a set opponent. So he's able to get more damage if the opponent has more temporary buff than him. Insane right there. Mind you, he already isn't boosting his power a lot. The fact that he's getting this is crazy. And also, what's crazy about Bakugo is that he has damage reduction as well by an opponent by a set amount for how many more temporary buff character has the set opponent. So he's getting even more buffs on his Overwhelm Effect. He's getting 2 extra buffs just by breathing this Overwhelm buff. So it's crazy how this Bakugo is getting damage reduction as well. Mind you, I like pairing him with Momo because of the damage reduction and the fact that she increases power as well. So the fact that you're stacking this with it, he is going to be taking like no damage whatsoever at all. He's a tank as well, guys. If you pair him with Momo and you activate the Overwhelm Effect, he is a tank as well. He is going to not be dying so fast. But with that, with the new buff icon, there's nothing currently with it. That's where I'm ending today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and comment if you want to. You don't have to, but it's always greatly appreciated. Also subscribe. I understand that probably a lot of people are not going to watch the whole thing of this video, but you know, I had to do this data download video because there's a bunch of new stuff that I had to go over, and the support members I didn't get to go over in the video because we didn't get them until anniversary release, and I should have done on my summon video, but I didn't get the chance to do so because I was hyped to summon, so I have to repay the debt by doing that, and I'm losing my voice, so probably tomorrow I'm not going to do a video, but it's whatever. But with that, I'll see ya when I see ya. Peace.